So you need to work hard. You need to focus. Don't rely on friends and family, even for advice. Just keep it separate. Be serious about your business. Do
Yeah,
your business and then have your friends and family. Keep that stuff apart. That's another best practice that I'm hearing from you. And then I love
absolutely.
this idea of fail. Go ahead and fail. Fail fast, fail often, learn from your mistakes, and don't get discouraged because that's actually a sign you're making progress because you're
Right,
out there taking risks
right.
and you're doing stuff. And when you create relationships in terms of partnerships, on the one hand, keep your team professional, have everybody do what they're good at, and then find yourself a Yoda or a mentor, someone who's walked in that path and someone with genuine lived experiences who can pass that to you, who can not only guide you, but also emotionally empathize with you, provide
Yeah.
some of that relatability and catharsis, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's very important. And family and friends, they have their role as well, too. Like you said, they have their role. And sometimes you can bring them into business and talk to them about things, but jealousy, envy, all of these things do come about. And
Yeah.
I don't think it's intentional. I just think I think they have such good hopes and feelings and emotions that they want to help you and protect you, if you will, from certain things. But I always believe that as an entrepreneur, you have to be willing to fail. And I have no problems with failing. And the thing is I say this often to people when I do talking engagements at the local library. I usually tell people that when I die and go to heaven, I don't want God to say to me or whoever to say to me, "Hey man, how come you didn't try? Hey man, why did you give up?" I'd rather go to heaven or go wherever I go, knowing that if I failed, I failed. But at least when I meet the maker's going to say, "Job well done." The maker's not going to
Absolutely.
say, "You had one life. Why didn't you do this?"
Right,
And
right, right. I
what's the
think
worst
if
that
you,
can happen, right? You fail. What's the worst? I've been homeless before. I've lived in my car before at college. I've eaten a can of tuna fish for a whole day's meal, drank water to fill up. I mean, what's the problem? What's failure? Failure is nothing. You just start back over again.
yeah, I love that perspective is important. And if you are going to take your dying breath, I'm just guessing that it's a lot easier to exhale knowing that you gave it your best shot, regardless, because we're all going to die, right? And you
Right.
can't take it with you, whether you
Can't
got a
take it with you.
billion dollars or nothing. You leave it all here. But your dying breath, if you can say to yourself, I gave it my best shot. I had a vision of what I wanted,
Mhm.
and then I went for it,
Yeah.
regardless of what happens, as opposed to the other scenario where, you know what, I did the safer thing and I
Right.
got to chill out.
Right.
But wouldn't it have been great if I
Right.
would have actually given it a shot? That's
Yeah.
kind of sad,
It,
right?
it is, it's like you either leave it on the field, like the football players, they leave it on the field. They leave everything on the field. They leave it on the court, in the basketball court, right? And the thing is you can't, like you said, you can't take it with you, man. And,
Yeah,
and it's like, I would rather die trying than not trying. And
yeah.
that's the one thing I always say that I believe, my humble opinion is entrepreneurs have this spirit that I have and that you have, where I would rather leave it all on the field and fail
Mm.
than not try at all, number one, or half-ass it, number two, because you're always going to say what? I wish I would have done this. And there's this old phrase, should have, would have, could have. If a frog had wings, he wouldn't bump his ass every time he jumped, right?
Right.
I'm not going to be a should have, would have kind of person. I'm going to jump.
Yeah.